tu es ma reine. La 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 la. Tu es mon bébé. Ma vie, tu es ma reine. Bado I did amore, amore manane, madoto masitani, manane. Kango wisi no matetela, amore. Kango wisi no matetela, amore. Pute, ninge wote dukila jege sima. Yo pute, ninge wote dukila jege ma.
Waru lama sari sari, danga wana jege jege. Waru lama sari sari sari, danga wana jege jege.
Amore, sama jege, no def mami amore.
Sama sare, no def manamula. Tukenala, sama jemuji. Basare dem bebeli do tumala kisati.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Kango wisi no matetela, amore. Kango wisi no matetela, amore. Pute, ninge wote dukila jege sima. Yo pute, ninge wote dukila jege ma. Manatuma, all my kissa me but mele nechi. Una pasona lava, lava. You feel the up in my gole. All I'm busy, I'm but them are full of me. Oh, every day. Mama jigila amore pute ninge wote de kile jege sima yo pute ninge wote de kile jege ma.
People. All right, you joining us. If you're just logging in, this is a live broadcast of our first Lovers Night Plus show coming to you live from our studios in North Carolina, and we in sync and in collaboration with Voice Out Digital all the way from UK and the Gambia. So mbokk yi ñu leen nuyuwaat fii ci suñu njëlbeeni programme bu ñu ooyee Lovers Night Plus di leen ko indil jógee ko ci Muyayam radio ànd ak Voice Out Digital VOD ku ñu bugg a jàpp wala déglu ñu tey mooy njëlbeeni programme bi te am nañ ay ndampaay maanaam ay prices yu ñoo joxe at the end of the show bu ngeen seetee advertisement yi doon dem si rajo bi ak Facebook and social media ñu ngi doon laajte question of the day today mooy what's your own definition of love ci gàttal mooy suñ ne mbëggeel lan mooy mbëggeel ci yow naka nga koo faram-fàccee noo ko tasaare am nañ about almost 8 answers so far yoo xam ne fii balaa soo bi di jeex tamit nañ jël answers then su boobaa nañ ko narrow down to ñetta wala ñeneent then ñu seet ñaari nit yoo xam ne ñoom la ñoo jox prices yi si first episode yi programme bi tey. But before the show starts, I just want to make a disclaimer which is very fair to everybody, and the disclaimer is ñun mi toog fii nii gënuñ leen a xam mbëggeel kenn mënut a xam mbëggeel ba mu jeex dang see jàngee di si taakaan tariko mun see jëriñoo te during the way si ngay jànga yu bari xam yu bari wecc yu bari bàyyi yu bari yokka yu bari. I, your host, Modu Thomas, sitting here doing this show, I just want to share a disclaimer with you. I've fallen in love, falling out of love. I've been cheated upon. I've cheated on others too. I was married and divorced. So I've had my share of love trials and tribulations along the way. So I'm not immune to love. I'm not immune to anything like any other person. So I'm like the average person watching this show. So luma buga fofu moy buñ gisee ñeneen ñi nekk si media bi dañ dee foog ne ah ñii moom dara jombu leen wala yëpp lañ xam ci mbiri mbogeel non xamuñ yëpp. Bu ma dooree programme bi di ko def depuis jamono radio 1FM ñu tuddee ko woon Lovers Night Show. Time boobu lu ñu daan def mooy nit na ñu daan call wala ñëw jox ñu issues about seen relationship, then ñu ñëw waxtaanee ko nit yi di call contribute then share their ideas. Bii nag ñu tuddee ko Lovers Night Plus. Lu tax ñu yokk si plus bi mooy it has something different with a twist whereby we'll talk about love, marriage, relationships. We'll give tips on dating, we'll give tips on marriage, tips on relationships, and also talk about sex. So that's the difference. It's an uncut, uncensored program whereby everything is done to learn from you, the people listening, and also you guys will learn from us doing the show. And my apologies for the studio. We kind of relocating, and so the lighting is not that good. But the most important thing is sending the message that we're sending to our viewers and our listeners about this program. Now, today, what we're going to be focusing on is tips on dating. If you're preparing for a date, what are the things that you should prepare for? What are the things that you should look forward to? And what are the things that is important for your, especially your first date? Because Ken Bukuta them date with the conception date be small for joge du baax. You want to take somebody out on a date knowing that at least at the end of the night that lady will take away something. Okay, at least I learned something about this guy. I at least took away something from this date. And number one, when you go on a date, the settings should be good. And what I mean by that is, so you will need on a date, make sure you have at least a conversation with this lady before, know what kind of food that she likes, what kind of restaurants that she likes. You don't have to be a baller to take her to the most expensive restaurant. No. But at least to have an idea of, okay, koy génnal yan façon ngi lekk la bëgga ndax dafa bëgga seafood, dafa bëgga soul food, dafa bëgga African food, dafa bëgga Chinese food, whatever food taste bu am. That way you prepared. So ko surprise nga yóbbu ko foo xam ne su demee dina mun a lekka dina nekk at her own comfort zone. Bobby is very important. And when you go on a date, make sure the conversation is not just about you. Man my li lay def li lay ligay. No. That just have to be a minor. Be more of a listener, because Bugulo bored the lady with too much talking about yourself. Who are you? What you capable of? What you can do, or what you have done. You have to give a listening ear, because most women, they love for you to listen. And if they are shy, you can be at the icebreaker by just starting a conversation outside of love. Talk about family, talk about maybe what is going on around the world, politics, social issues, uh, health issues, religious issues, financial issues. Just talk about something to break the ice and see where she will come up with responses. That way you will have an idea. Oh, at least she's coming up, because not all women that you take out on date will just be open and start talking, and some of them will even be too shy to eat. So mota is very important. You know the kind of food that they like and the kind of person that they are, just a little bit before you take them out on a date. And make sure also the planning is good. Don't rush it. Make sure it's at their own timing. Just don't force the date. Oh, call Nala and them them. No, let it be at her own timing. Then that way, yo sabo pa you will be like, okay, at least wahon namako. So let me just see this. Somebody just text our WhatsApp with another answer. Oh boy, the question of the day answer series is going to be crazy today. But what we're going to do, we're going to take a break and read through these answers, and we'll also put those on the screen. That way, you guys can just send your answers, and we'll go from there. So here we go with a little bit of music, and we'll come back.
super kundaw palay jolly japa. Tokchite pinyan lunyan. Yala may koko dega kile tara may soto bige. Dari kumba bige. Soko jate langone. Shiri kai fon maya. Tindelo. Chalo chalo. Chalo. Maningone aramay damna. Chalo. Ako chomba nyawe yo. Ayway, dem batali may sadyok. Video gorga jojon jay. Digante maragano ko. Bechalo yasin yo bay dem na. So se falta ufal. Masamba numbe falo. Nyoma non cholong sambo. Ay sa kumbabige, nari kumbabige, sa kajat telangone, shiri kaifon maya matenelo. Ay sheriff lande jodiaram, lo finyan munangunyan malunyo, yo de la nyuranye, birno atuna chere, shiri koko, yamatenelo.
All right, boobu di woon série Koko Yama Tenela Woynala. Fi mu nekk rek moom ñu ñëw dugg ci mbir mi suma co-host di suma xarit bu baax koo xam ne ñoo bokk aar bi mooy borom VOD voice out digital Sal Sal excel si biir join nuyoo ñu dugg ci mbir mi waaw moom ngeen a gis noonu kooku mooy jongama borom VOD voice out digital door lu weexam noonu tey da nga piyo de tey piyo nga door nii white
Thomas
Jom.
Pio dafa xew. Assalamualaikum Thomas. Maa ngi laa nuyu di nuyu all the viewers to say welcome to the show, welcome to the Lovers Night show. Man, actually, I'm a special co-host guest, so he is the main host. So I'm just here to be man nekk fi seen baat ak seen kàddu daal. Anything that you guys need me to ask Thomas, let me know. Or ngayon send a message or ngayon WhatsApp news. So or we taking calls as well. If you want to call, I'll keep an eye on that. So I'm here with Thomas tonight. Thomas, thank you for welcoming me. So yeah.
Pleasure is all mine tey dañoo dugg ci olof ak anglais bi yëpp la ñoo jaxase yëpp la ñoo blend in tey already am naa 4 answers am naa 2 bu ma def introductions bi am naa 2 already ñu answer this one is not an answer, this is just a comment kii naan ma lu tax nga wat sa sikkim bi well sometimes I have to look young so moo tax sikkim bi ma génnee ko so I'll bring back the BS hopefully soon.
Actually,
So
yeah, for some of you who don't know what the question of the day is, what people are answering to, we are having a sort of a segment, whereas we will be asking some questions. Basically, the question of the day today is, what does love actually means to you? So obviously, ñëpp xam ne mbëggeel moom kenn mënul ko farafancal. It will be very difficult. I mean, usually when you tell people, can you describe love? Yes, they can describe love. And most of the answers that I even receive myself, it's more of a description than actual definition, because it's really difficult to really explain what love is or give a actual definition and stuff. That's why we narrow it down. It means different things to different people. So what does love actually means to you, and you alone, not anybody else? So this is the question.
Okay, let me read this first one. The first answer I got, this was way before we start the show, is from, we won't read out your last name, sure, rest assured of that. We will keep that privacy. But this is from Yafatu in Maryland, who says love is simply letting go when hurt and saying sorry when you have to, and making sure you don't repeat what you already apologized for. What's your take on that?
Right. So it's apologizing. I think let's listen to the other ones. Otherwise, I'll be biased. But I think that is very interesting.
Okay, the other one is from Abdul He said he's a Nigerian in Durham. Love is making sacrifice for your partner and forgiveness. So that is the answer. And the third one is from Omar in Raleigh, North Carolina. Says love is selflessness and compassion. And the last one also is from Raleigh, North Carolina, from Aji. And she says love doesn't exist these days due to too much fakes.
So basically, love is too fake. But this is what
Yes.
I would say, Thomas. It's really difficult. People are just
Uh,
saying description and lila, lilela, but it's very difficult. So perhaps I can go through some of the ones that I have received as well to see.
correct.
I mean, I wouldn't disclose some of their names because they want to be anonymous. So
That's fine.
obviously, let me share it on the screen and
Yeah,
yeah.
you can read it out also because most people will prefer to hear it than just read
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. It's on the screen as well. So this person believes like ha 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 ha, to me love is godly, and above all it is natural instinct in you that you don't know until it starts kicking off internally. Basically love is something genetically programmed in you, right?
Hmm. That's interesting. Basically, it's genetically
Yeah, dugal
programmed in.
natural genetics and everything. So you see, it even becomes more complicated and more difficult. So, what do you think about this,
Love, love is godly, and above all, it is a natural instinct in you that does not know until it starts kicking off internally. Because basically, love is something genetically programmed in you. Well, maybe it's a little bit going in depth, biblical or spiritually, talking about love because God is love, and out of love that we were all created. So there's a sense of truth in that. But we're talking about mbugeli aduna, mbugel tigi tigi nobante, kochante, bugante. That is what we're talking about.
open? Now
So
let's go to the next one. Here, I've got another one answer here. It says, "Love is more of a feeling that a person feels for another person," right? So it's the description now. People often confuse love and lust. Love means to be deeply committed and connected to someone or something. The basic meaning of love is to feel more than liking towards someone. Do you see that?
waaw ci gàttal moom lu ma wax mooy boobu Sal Reed léegi moo nekk mu ne mbëggeel du xemem daal so loolu moom naa si d'accord waaye bari na jafe na nag pour ñu génne ko suñu society parce que xemem ak mbugeel léegoo léegi ñu bari dee distinguish the two differently but lu am la loo xam ne la nit yaa ngi ko dunda am na ñoo xam ne mën nañoo ñëw won la mbugeel ci wax ak ci kaddu waaye ci jëfin daal dara lañ doon wone so agree naa si point bu that listener raised ne is not lost.
Okay. All right. So the other one is as simple as straightforward. It says, love is a love is a deep affection. Okay. Nice and simple. So basically, I think affection is the key here. So basically, I think what she's trying to say, love is affection or deep affection.
Yeah, definitely.
I've got two more. Let's go on.
Uh-huh.
This one here says, love is an unbreakable bond. And I think this person, I know his name is Modo, he wouldn't mind. Love is an unbreakable bond that joins emotions and imaginary belonging in each other's heart. Man, this is deep. That when one stops loving, it feels like a chopped heart. Thomas, we have to dwell in these things later because this is so deep. Anyway, let's go to the
Bansi,
next.
Bansi.
All right, this person says love is an unbreakable bond that
Mm-hmm.
joins emotions and imaginary belonging in each other's heart. That when one stops loving, it feels like a chopped heart. So that's the
Love
last.
is an unbreakable bond that joins emotional imaginary belonging in. I want to know the person who wrote this.
Right, his name, I can just share his first name is Modu. His first name is Modu.
Ah, Modou de ñoo bokk first name waaye Modou bi moom is deep. Modou yow foog ñu indi la
It's
Lovers
very
Night Plus.
it's very deep because
Yeah,
yeah,
B
the
is deep.
bond,
Love is an unbreakable bond
emotion.
that joins emotions and imaginary belongings in each other's heart. That when one stops loving, it feels like a chopped heart. Wow.
Okay,
Wow. So
right.
ban mooy the last one boobu la.
I think so. This one, have you gone through
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. I've gone through
you
this
have done
list.
that?
Yeah.
Okay. I think
So
that's
Modu,
it.
Modu, 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 thank you, and rest assured, people like you, we will invite you even if you don't come on screen, and we will have you on audio, and you break that down for us into pieces. You give us the nitty gritties of that because it's very in depth and interesting.
Okay. I think
Sal,
the modus
lan
there's
lan nga
somebody
am na
else.
ci
Go
mbiri
ahead.
dating tips maa ngi dooree ne programme bi tey about dating tips la so next episode before the end of the show dinañ ko wax gars yi wax leen ban topic la ñu ñëwal waaye tey moom dañ ñëw rek pour start wax nit yi the dating tips and joxe naa
Dating
in the
tips.
opening ne it's very important. Timing number one. So when you're taking somebody out on a date, timing is very important. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
because Joe said yo like day be like off day be la you on a date. Maybe that day doesn't work for that lady. So timing is important to make sure it works with her timing. And number two, the setting is important, meaning at least you have a basic idea of ban façon yi lekka la buga. Su ma ne damaa génnee saal dama buga war naa xam saal ndax African food la buga, ndax Caribbean food la buga, seafood la buga, wala just soul food. So to
Yeah.
have a basic idea of loolu dafa important to make that lady feel comfortable setting boo ko buna yóbbu mu mun a lekka ba pare bu mu nekk wax boo xam ne yëpp yow da nga faa nekk rek di bàkk sa boppa man may kii xam nga ma man may diw lii lay liggéey no,
Self-centered. Yeah.
you will turn off that lady if you do it that way. Be more of a listener. So these are the three main things, and I will elaborate more on that as we progress in shit show. So the money one must share with you. Yo, as a lady, what do you think is very important? Yo, slightly do you go on a date? What do you look forward for?
Thomas, that's a very interesting question. Before I go into that, I think let's acknowledge somebody called Modu and Juf Buga Bainyas. They have given their answers to what does love mean to them, so we can put
Okay.
them on.
Okay.
Actually, we'll put them on the draw to see. So Momodu says it's about giving, caring, trust, mutual respect, all in one. And Juf Bugabai Nyas Mune, it is an intense feeling of deep affection. So it's getting more interesting. Like I said, it's really difficult for somebody to describe love. It's very difficult. So just to acknowledge those two, thank you very much, Modu and Juf Bugabai, for your contribution and stuff. Going back to your question, Thomas, like you said, I'm not here to advise anybody and stuff, but as a woman, being on a date, what I feel like is important. Well, we want to be treated like a woman, right? Tender love and care and stuff. But most importantly, as a woman, to me, I would like somebody who is very real to me, because a lot of the times you go on a date and then you see people, whereas they're very self-centered. Everything they talk about is themselves, what they have, what they don't have, and stuff. And to be honest, sometimes that puts off some girls, right? It really puts them off because
Mm-hmm.
you have to know the kind of person that you are trying to attract. Because I'm not jigéen yoo xam ne lu leen yëngal gaawut, you know. And if you're there trying to please them and nga nekk fa di wax li nga am ak li nga amut yëpp, you put them off. Unless if it is the other way around, the wrong guy, ladies and stuff who they don't mind, that's what they need, because then that is where the intention is. First of all, intention being in status if it is wrong, because people can get fake some more and stuff. So to me, my own opinion is to be open, someone who will be truthful to me at the first date, and nga wax nit ki rek num fa taajoo. So at the end of the day, be honest in the first instance, and nga xaar ba léegi dangay dégga gis yeneen mbóot yu bari bari di génn. So I think, man, that is very important to me and stuff. But apart from that as well, legi dating scene be it's really diverse and stuff. People date online nowadays. Anyway, they don't have to really see physically, and even couples, they do renew their, you know, they, what is it, whatever it's called, union or whatever, they go on a date. So it's not just for the single ladies and gentlemen and stuff. Dating is dating. So muy jabar muy jekar muy hamga, single ones, not singles, everyone goes at a date. Mun nga dem ba say nit ki sa hamga nga talk one day, you know, you like, let's go and have a date and stuff. But yeah, that's the thing from me, Thomas. So if you want to add anything else, let me know.
Definitely. I just have a somebody text the WhatsApp right now and said, "Can a woman take a guy on a date?" Of course, yes. The society that we are in, luñ gën a gis mooy góor yaa dee yóbbu jigéen yi on a date. But I don't see nothing wrong with jigéen bi war a feel ne okay dama bëgg a yóbbu kii on a date to get to know the person a little bit. I have no reservations on that. But what we are used to, what is more common, mooy góor yi ñoo dee ñëw ne la hey tey dama la bëgg a génnee ñu dem reer yi tey dama la bëgg a génnee ñu rally wala tey dama bëgg la génnee ñu dem soirée ji. So it's more common from us to the other opposite sex than put jigéen me dama la bëgg a génnee. But yeah, definitely, personally, I see no reason why that can be. So
So are you saying that is normal, right? What about asking? Can the woman ask the guy out?
why not? So bëggee dara lu tax ngay toog di xaar miti xool la loolu yëfi dof la yëfi baadoola laay wax sax baadoola la nopp nga nit ki boo ko waxul naka la ko xamee
So
because you have nothing to lose si loolu lu ma dee wax mooy the worst looy get mooy is a no. That's the worst you can get. Did it. And who are you na yow kenn du la reject su ne déedéet you just move on to the next one. Waaye soo toogee foofu noonu di am na xari xol ak yaa ngi nopp nit ki mun loo koo wax gis yeneen góor toppa ko ngay faa dee na xari xol yow yaay dee rek yow yaay tëddaa sa na xari xol moom kooku yëgu ko xamu ko. So you have to say it. So muy jigéen bee góor bi soo bëggee nit won ko wax ko te léegoo léegi won bi rek duy doy am na ñeena ñoo xam ne they prefer they hear it like nga wax ko ne lii ba pare wone ko parce que mun ngaa wone te waxuloo ko mun ngaa wax te wonewuloo ko.
okay, Momadou Mune, it's vice versa. Thank you for that, Momadou. So basically, manam anybody can really ask anybody out. You know, kusi am chopati kenen rek. So Momadou said it's vice versa. So yena ko dega. Thomas say with ngene is vice versa.
Yeah, because if you look at, I don't know how England works or Europe, bena yon la dem England, but living in America fini, pour jigéen approach góor ne ko daf la like du fi jeex is nothing and anybody could dekka si dekka bi fii nii.
That is interesting. What about somebody who, you know, who's not, you know, who hasn't got the, you know, I don't know, hate na mungi Africa or dafa, you know, dafa rus or hate na culture allowed ko lan na muna def ba mu help ko mu, you know, gain from that sort of mindset to say na, oh, I want something, I have to go. What can they do?
It's
Or
a
have they
culture.
not
It's a culture thing.
expressed what you're talking about?
Africa, there is this stigma.
Yeah.
Stigma bu fa nekk mooy jigéen bi soo waxee góor me danga ko bëgga da nga yomba torop wala da nga ñàkk fayda. That's the stigma. Loolu la ñu bari di ragal, but don't be surprised ne loolu is fading away a little bit. It's not only happening now in the West. Africa am na jigéen yu laa gis ñëw na le comme niñ ko waxee rek dama am sa coppati léegi du ma ne sax dama am sa coppati dañoo ne maa ngi am sa danka bu mag ku la bëgg a defaa ñëw wax la ko. So I mean bariwu fa still bariwu fa de but it is happening. It is happening. Those stigma bi mooy jigéen waruta dem team góor ne ko dama la bëgga njëkka koo won boo naka mbogeelam soo ko defee dañoo ne jigéen bi dafa yomba trop wala kii moo yomba wala góor bi du la fonka trop I mean góor bu ñàkk fayda rek mooy seetee loolu because yow su fekkee ne yow dem nga team jigéen bi ne danga ko bëgga what is the difference pour moom mu am bugeel si yow wala cofeel si yow ñëw wax la ko. But because of stigma bu fa nekk like yow tey yow di nga gis góor boo bëgga dem ne ko dama la bëgga yow di nga def lu nekk pour xaar mu make the first move waaye ndax yow di nga ko def ma laaj la loolu.
No, it's not about me. You can ask
déedéet
the.
ndax di nga ko def dama la laaj de dañoo
Dinaa def
feex di nga ko def wala lan ngaa def yow tey soo gisoon tey koo bugg a yow looy def.
man. It depends. Man neexuma gis ku ma bugga loolay problème bi. But I mean, if
ma ne
I if
ma
that
ne
happens,
programme bi bu maa door wax naa ne is uncut uncensored lépp
I
lañ
know
door
that. I know that. But it's not about me, right?
no no no
Nee na
you
ñëw
are
na mu ne
invited as a co-host so you will
okay,
answer
that's fine.
questions
If
yoo
it
xam ne
was me, if
somebody
it was
listening
me,
waaw what would
right?
you do waaw
Depends on the situation,
waaw
right? I wouldn't go just liking people out in the street and stuff. But like, if I have to see somebody to like them enough to say, oh, I wouldn't just go directly. I like you. Why do I like you? I have to find a reason. I wouldn't just go around the street liking people.
of course Sally xam nga fu maa waxee nga ne
I
doo
know
dee gaale
that.
buga waaye ku nekk xool ku nekk am na koo buga
I haven't been in that situation yet. Cut it
waaw
short. I have not been in that situation yet. To
waaw
see somebody that really tick that give me that butterfly to say, hey, I like you. I really haven't come to that situation yet.
okay
But never say never, right? But I have not been in that situation yet. And yes, that's the situation. Okay, but Sar said, bro, that's African mentality. So basically, I think sometimes as well, like you're saying, you're asking the women to go out and, you know, like who they like and tell them if they like them. But are we really ready for it? Especially the mentality that he's talking about. Like you said, the stigma is there, right? And even Jigen, and they try to call themselves, but you know, some guys wouldn't welcome that. Ayo danga chip. So how can we, change that? So it's very difficult. Some women they just don't know. Some are never into that situation and stuff. So thank you, sir. Nene said yes. Modu also said no shyness. Be yourself. It is a trend. Women approaching guys showing love, affection. Right. You hear that from Modu. Modu bu ngeen bàyyi rus bi. So rus bi amul njëriñ. So ko bëgga daal wax ko danga ko bëgga jaamane ñooy
thank
jeexut.
you
Okay.
you just answered my question
That,
wiri nga ba sona
that's from Modu. That's not from me.
no yow sa
So
bopp yow la Modou ansal na la yow mi nga xam ne yaa ngi wiri laaj na la
problem there. I don't have a problem. What I'm talking about is I don't have a problem with that. What I am saying is that I have
waaw
never been in that situation yet, right? Like to get butterflies that jaral na
okay
ma ne,
okay lu ñoo
you
ooyee
know,
hypothetically speaking if you are in the situation what would you do
what would I do? I'll just freeze and go and think about it again. If I have butterflies the time again, maybe then I will say something. I just want to be sure. Okay, somebody said something. Who is Sar Milky something? Mune, here in the West, if a woman saw you, they will come to you and tell you why they like you. It's normal.
exactly
Okay.
like I was saying Fini come kuma text on WhatsApp ne is it normal for a girl to take a guy on a date or have feelings for a guy and take him out on a date it is normal in Africa is abnormal in some way because of stigmatization bu fa nekk why fii du fi jeex fii saka soo nekkee foreigner comme lu saar di wax on Facebook thank you for that comment
Yeah.
du fi jeex dangaa liggéeya nit sax the woman will make the first move du fi jeex si saka America buñ nekk fii moom lu ma dee wax rek mooy dëkk boo xam ne ñoom fu bon em ñoom foofu lañ dooree
There we go.
Wow.
See, I think Modu said something. You probably will have to read that. Fogna mune
gis loo bëgg a wax ko ayut
ayut.
wax na dëgg
Dëgg.
Modou mu ne gis loo bëgg a wax ko ayut
Mung ma jam nani. Wow, we have a co-host typical Gambian and then the typical American. That's why we're hosting this show, really. Well, I'm a bit of both. I'm very happy.
waay Nana Njaay yow soppa naa la waaye Nana yaa wax dëgg soppa naa la
Ay, this ma doom baay la.
Nana soppa naa la yaa wax dëgg typical Gambian typical
No,
Gambian
but
la am course
what they got them to jamu yara la boka. If I haven't been in the situation, but if I am,
Yeah.
I will deal with it then. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say it's not never is it's not possible. Never is never. But I am trying to think about ñoo xam ne ñu ngi si that situation mënuñoo change loolu naka la leen mën a help like you said it's like not just as easy dem la nga def ko they have their demons they're facing with. They have their cultural shock and they have things that they're dealing with. You can't just say jogal nga wax kii danga ko bëgga and stuff. There has to be a
Okay, if you're just joining us, you listen to the first episode of the Lovers Night Plus on VOD Voice Out Digital in collaboration with Muyayam Radio and TV, coming to you live from Raleigh, North Carolina. And again, as I alluded in the earlier segment of the introduction of this show, we apologize because of the moving we're doing for the lighting in the studio. So next show, everything will be lights bright. And also, if you're just logging in, um, the question of the day, we have a prize that we will announce what we will give. We will have two winners at the end of the show. So currently, we have basically 22 minutes to go before we end this episode. And by the end of the show, we will also tell you what the topic will be for the next show that will come with the commercials and advertisement both on VOD and Muyayam on our Facebook pages. So coming back to this gentleman's question, well, I'm tempted to read his first and last name. This guy gives me hell here in North Carolina.
okay.
Whenever, what is your tip, Thomas? What are your tips? What do you do when you take a lady out on a date?
Right. I have a comment from Nene said there is no harm voicing out your feelings. Okay. And Sad also said, I'm living in Germany. I have it so many times and I saw so many times you cannot hide your feelings. Right. That is
No,
true.
no,
You
no.
cannot hide your feelings and stuff.
Madam Nene, yow mom suma sister nga depuis demba du tay anna bu yagala yow mom dama ci d'accord lo wax nonu you just hit the nail on the head. Mom ruskat la mom duy ñew mom dafa ñew rek mom dafa charaxel rek tuti waye borom xam-xam la ko.
This is the kind of thing that I am suggesting, right? Like Nene said, there is
Mhm,
no harm. So li yange ñemel ñoo xam ne xëj na ñemeluñ xamuñ.
mhm.
There is no harm doing these things as such, but don't just say it's normal. Go and do it and stuff.
No, 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 no,
It
no,
takes
no,
a journey.
no, no, Nene. Naka Nene lu mu wax is right. Why Sal? Yow fay waxe moy nobody said it's normal. Then nobody will ever normalize lolu
Why
in
not?
the continent that we came from. Pour jigéen di just joke because of stigma bi ma wax loolu la. That's the main thing.
Then
So fa
why
lolu
are we
nekkutoon.
wasting our time now, making them believe as
No,
such?
no, because the thing is so demee léegi jigéen yu bari dinañ am cofeel pour góor waaye pour express ko sax daf dee jafe.
True.
That is the thing. But 9 out of 10 tamit ñaata si ñun góor yi ñooy am suñ bugeel nekkaa nit ki te the only time boo ko wax ne nob naa la mooy xëj na boo ko doxaan boo ko ciis su loolu passé hardly pour sax ngeen toog di waxtaan ba mu def dara pour nga ne ko nob naa la you know so foofu lay waxee stigma bi xëj na jigéen ñi lañ ko xamee waaye góor yu bari tamit pour ñu tiib jigéen sax wax ko ne nob naa la am na góor yu bari dañoo nob jigéen sax di yónni seen xarit bi bu amee fayda nag moom doon jagaral boppam
Them New York nanka nanka.
non wala xarit bi bu amee fayda dafa dem jagaral boppam su demee gis ne lii lu baax la nga foog ne dama la jagaral ma dem jagaral suma bopp rek jeexal si du jeex soo bëggee dara moom just go out there and all right let me respond to this guy ne lan laa dee def suma yóbboo nit on a date first thing first before ma take you out on a date we'll have a conversation naa xam comme tips yu ma joxe rek I will at least need to know about yan façon yi lekk nga bëgga ba pare at least try to get your schedule su fekkee da ngaa dem school wala da ngaa liggéey then know a time boo xam ne yow di nga off is your you time it's very important ma xam sa you time boo xam ne it works with my scheduling too then we can go out on a date then I will surprise you at a place foo xam ne lekka bi yow like nga ko because already am na an idea of yan façon yi lekk nga bëgga and while there I would like to know a little bit more about you and if you are koo xam ne da nga saay man because man moom pour waxtaan moom ay mun naa koo doore fu nekk waaye jigéen yu bari it takes time to open up saka su ngeen génnee pour lekka léegi how you make them feel comfortable can determine ndax nañ enjoy a good date night with you because you have to make them comfortable pour ñu mën a toog sax reera yow wala naan dara yow wala lekka yow so you have to find an icebreaker su fekkee door nga loving talks and it's not enticing to them, talk about social issues, talk about their school issues, their work issues, their family issues. Then you will have a way fan nga jaara ñoom waxtaan bi mën a continuer. So this is my tip. I hope góor answer naa sa question te nga bàyyi ma suma jaama na si programme laa nekk dégg nga. All right, so what else do we have, Sal?
Right. I'm just now thinking about the process itself because we're
Mhm,
talking about the dating. Like you said, setting up the scene and stuff. So usually, I believe there are things that you will like to do before the date itself,
yeah.
and during the date itself,
Mhm,
and perhaps after the date. So people mess it up at different stages, right? Some will
mhm,
even mess it up even before it started, and some will mess it up while you are on it, right?
mhm,
And some will
mhm.
mess it up after thinking, oh, I catch a big fish. But really, that's where the issue is and stuff. So, during the date itself, to
Mhm.
me, there is something that I see that happens a lot. You know, you see either guys or ladies, they both do it. Kadem date, papare so rudely, yang sa phone bi rek, di tap tap rek, di tap tap rek, as if like your attention is gone. You're not there with that person. Where are you?
Can I can
So
I can I can I can I
how
come
do
in
you
if you don't mind? Can I come in on
yeah,
that?
go on.
Damala crown now officially as a member of Lovers Night Plus. You just Wahanga Lohamne is very, very important. Very, very important. Te gori e jigen yeb dañ ko def. How man ak signan la gëna bare. Why you go out on a date, bena minute bu nekk touch, excuse me, touch, excuse. That is totally, that's a big turn off. I agree. Sorry to cut you off. Continue. I just had to come in on that. That was a good point.
Well, I just wanted to know what you think about that. But now that you have answered that.
No, no, no. You just Bobu is just no comment. That's my answer. No comment on that because
So,
that is so
ladies and gentlemen, put your phone down when you go on a
not
date.
only put your phone down, put it on silence, not even on vibrate. Put it on silence because so vibrate you might be tempted to answer that phone or look at it. Just put it on silence or even leave it in your car or leave it in your bag. Put it on silence. But when you go out on a date, yo, either yow ngay góor bi wala jigéen bi
But
nit génnee la pour ngeen reer wala ngeen añi wala ngeen dem place pour toog waxtaan ngeen a xamante benn minute bu nekk rek nga jël sa téléphone baalal ma de suma yaay la
Sarmuda
suma
is from
xarit
the
bi
girl's side. Are you talking about saying a jigen yako de ginadef? Sarmuda si jigen
um
la de.
trust me, I don't think even to me, not only the first date boy you jigéen, but in any date, whether danga ne ako kulu yaga nga buga ko yobu date or sa jabar la sax. So if you go out on a date, that time is for you and that individual and you only, nobody else. Turn the phone on silence. Don't even put it on vibrate. Leave it in your car or buy ko sa bag bi. Su ngeen demee, you have ample time boo xam ne di ngeen am time pour seen téléphone. Why yow you just, that was a point bu ma miss, yow crown nañ la léegi. That's number one loo xam ne mun naa turn off everything on a date. Those
Modu
are
is
part of the
agreeing.
don'ts yoo xam ne you don't do it.
Okay, I can't say much about this because Sar Modu ñom ñep ñu ne si jigen la de gina bari. Jigen ni
Well,
kom su
I
de
will I will I will I will beg to differ. I'm sorry dina am jigéen yoo xam ne nañ ne gis nañ góor yu bari tam def ko, but it's a big turn off.
yeah,
Man,
said the same. Said it's vice versa either. So
yeah, definitely. Because man,
either
I can
way,
tell you,
up and down.
I've been on few dates your hamne. Definitely after that, you're not hearing from me. Because every minute, oh, I'm sorry. Or they'll be like, oh, I know this is rude, but I have to take this phone.
Exactly.
You
See,
know,
just do like me. Don't
e-
go on a date then, cause
exactly.
my so stay at home if you don't want to
Yeah, that is number one of the top things your hamne is one of the do's. Don't do that on a date. Please don't do that on a date. Um,
Okay, so let's move on. Thomas, what would you say? Cause legi okay, now you guys start modu nene and the rest here. Nana Sumaharit, you can help out with this. Is it quite normal? Let them date, right? Okay, now I'm gonna pick on the guys now, right? The guys no, both do it a lot.
mhm.
Let them date is it right always nga nekk foofu talking about waxuma sa bopp sax loolu that's self-centered, but you're talking about your ex and the bad things that they did fii la xar bi jaar. Is it normal like nit ki naka la laa xoolee loolu, like nga dem date ba pare yaa ngi ko wax about sa ex ba pare yaa ngi leen a wax loo xam ne dafa tey xel.
To answer that question, Luma advise anybody ko hamne you go out on a date, be it the woman or the guy. Number one rule bo hamne is a no-go area moy. When you want to talk about your ex, whether good bila or jigen bi, make sure it is something good and let it be very brief. I'm saying when you want to, not do you have to. To me, I don't think you have to on that date. But if you have to, make sure it's something good, number one, and make sure it's something very brief, damn it, because especially Jigen could see themselves as, oh, he is still not over this woman. So you have to be very careful of bringing your ex in that conversation. Tesoko inditam nanekalo hamne lubah nga wahne, oh, she was a good lady. We just didn't go along well, and we call it bye. You end it story. But so begin go, oh, that lady, dafa tilim, dafa li, dafa bariwah, dafa fear. You saying that to a woman that you want to go out on a date? So I mean, hell, Nafani, okay, the same thing you're gonna say sunjehale about me or worst. So you have to be mindful of certain things that you say. Ak jigen bi tamit do fa nek nan, oh suma goor bobu nonu mom tilim la def fen nay, you know. So the same thing dafa tok ne, oh comme ka yow yaa ngi wax li sa góor man bés boo ma bàyyee tamit lu gën a bon lii nga wax. So lolu is something you have to avoid. Don't bring your ex in those topics. Te lolu dafa cause a very lot of dysfunction, and lolu dina bokk si the next topic bu ñoo am suñ next lovers night plus, because just to announce it to give you that yen mi déglu suñ next topic is how you spice up your relationship, whether it's somebody that you dating with or somebody that you married to. Naka nga spice up your relationship be to make sure that it keeps growing better and better. But Sal, Lolo is, come on, you just don't bring your ex when you take somebody out on a date. You don't.
No,
And if
no.
you should, please, if you should, and I put a big if with capital I and F, make sure it's something good and very, very brief. Let it be brief as 5 seconds, 10 seconds most. But some people get talk, they want everything about your ex, lubah lumdan def, they make a story about it or lubon. The other party will think you're still not over that person. So that's something that you should be very mindful for. That's my answer. And if anybody thinks it's wrong, we are more than welcome. Punga Indi, you tell me where I'm wrong and we go from there.
Modu said it's unnormal talking about your ex, and that is disrespectful.
Totally, totally, totally.
Yeah, so I think some I don't know this. I won't be right to say, guys. Even jigeni tam foog naa dañ ko dee def waaye foog naa xëj na tam si góor la day gën a bari, you know, like they know making yourself look good on anybody or looking down, because today jigen bu am fayda nga tesel, you know, koo xam ne respect na boppam, of course dafa respect moromi jigéenam.
Yeah,
So she will not let you disrespecting another woman in front of her unless nga am some, you know, kind of a woman. But today jigen bo xamne hamna fayda si bopam, she will not allow you to disrespect another woman, you know.
definitely, definitely,
Just
definitely.
but, you know, why would you say that on a dating, like Allah mune don't date, just marry. Allah yow mom touch nga yah bi. I mean, Allah, even married people are dating. This is just not for single people. Married people do date as well.
Okay,
Oh,
we
am I
have
wrong?
we have 12 more minutes to go to the show. Lunia do it, but I just have a question, Bohamne. It's funny, and Sal, I will like to to get your opinion, Sibini. Agni Deglu. Mune, is it right after your first date with a woman, you ask the woman, "Oh, can we go to my house after the date?" I'm just
No,
asking the question. Reading it is so funny, but what's your take on that as a woman?
no. It's just like you said. Right now, earlier on, young fe wax ne so like it wax ko dang ko like, right?
Mhm.
So, but not yeah, I like you enough to do other things and stuff. Obviously, some women are not stupid. If you said somebody "Nyan ana suma kër, xam na loo ko faa doyee de," and stuff.
Lang nga ko fa doy.
Come on. ñaari góor a jigéen just after a date, let's go to a house. I
Well,
mean, loolu suma xel na si tey, it might be genuine,
right.
but man suma xel dina si tey, obviously it's up to the woman to go or not, but um
So
probably
let's say yo on a first date with a guy, ngeen lekka ba pare ngeen a génn si restaurant mu ne la sal nañ dem kër mbok nañ dem suñ kër. What would you say? You say no, right?
I see ya. No, I don't think so. I think that would be too sometimes you put people off because time it
Yeah,
dama dee wax
especially on in a very
ne
first date. Yeah,
the end of them date. I mean, date is date. It's not like I'm saying I'm ready to open my legs for you. It's an opportunity to get to know somebody. At
yeah,
least 2 days.
definitely, definitely,
Halfway. So
definitely.
it's to say that I want to know you, get to know you more. That's it. But I think sometimes, like I said, before them dates, intention be what is it we have to know. And then they already know what they want. Some of them they just want one night stand. Some they just want to check you out. Some they just want somebody that they can potentially marry. So intentions is the body and stuff. So obviously that kind of a thing will straight away signal is a red flag. There's a lot of red flags you have even at the dating time move. Is a red flag, but if you can take it, it's up to you. And Momodu said that's on call sounds unhealthy, and Nene said it can be just to catch up and have a cup of coffee. Dégg nga comme boobu rek xam nga cup of coffee mun naa lead to something and something. Yow Nene ba loolu óor na bi man sama xel daal kii na ci. It's true, it could be, but it's really Sar. What did Sar say? It said the other sad thing, a lot of women will never tell you the truth. If you ask her, "Are you single?" She will maybe, "Oh my God, she got a boyfriend or she is married." I mean, that's both men and women sad. Are
Maru.
you married? Nobody what did it. Are you single? Nobody. No, that one is vice versa. That's true. We shouldn't lie as well in a day. You shouldn't lie at no cost. That's true because spend me one bahut.
The other
See,
sad thing, lots
and
of women will never tell you the
other
truth.
types of trusting and stuff. So if it canola, it's a lover's night. Sometimes we don't have it right, and we just mess up sometimes. But we know what is right and what is wrong. Even though you mess up, you know
Okay,
what
this
that.
this 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 lady is asking a question. It was like, oh, you can he said, hey Thomas, you can read my first and last name. I'm not gonna read the last name, but Safia too is asking, why is it that most guys, when you go out on a date, even for the first time, after eating and you go in and everybody is getting in their car, they're like, can I get a kiss?
Oh,
Can I get a kiss? He said, even on a first date, I mean, is that right? That's the question more like Safia to Munenda is Lolo. Lolo is right nga did kinyo gene la first time bu ngeen njëkka génna dem reeri wala dem añi si restaurant ngeen pare di dem mu ne la ndax mun nga maa phone ndax loolu
well,
is it d'accord nga si wala d'accord loo si.
Nancy, there's nothing wrong with that. But phone with a very for song there. You can only have a peck. And maybe it depends on how you ask it. That would be so daft. You asking, "Can I have a phone?" That has to be that chemistry going on. That is some things don't have the jarud nga wax ko. It's just there.
These people are
And
killing me.
yeah, I mean, the best you can have is, a peck. At least yung nga buga try nga holes a peck binum deme. Is it a weak one or a strong one? Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that. It depends how they ask and what kind of kiss they want. If
I
it,
personally I personally on a first
yeah,
date I wouldn't ask for that. I don't think it's right to ask for that on a very first date. That's not it. I want to eat, know a little bit more about you. You know a little bit more about me, and then
I
we
see.
go from there because you can make or break the future of that date on that very first date. Because I'm not
Yeah,
looking at the fact subo ba ko bu ege sa telephone bi daf ko block.
that's
Jeex na.
right.
dina nekk foofu maslaa yow ba pare bu eggee këram block boo
I
callee muy
have
dem voicemail rek boo callee muy dem voicemail boo
talking
textee du la
about
reply. Yeah.
no, just jox ko peg rek peg baax na.
Okay, well, yéen a dégg loolu Saal mu ne peeg baax na mun nga koo jox peeg
You
so
just give a peg,
waaw peeg boobu nag mooy indi leneen peeg boobu.
Okay, Nana said, "Can I have a phone?" A phone. Oh, my phone. Con phone. Okay. On our phone, will my kiss be. Nana, what would you say? Would you agree to that? And Sar said, if the person don't like you, she will not give you a kiss even. Uh-huh. So you as a guy, that's a hint for you. If you want to know how the date went, try that and see. That is, you know what, Sal has nailed the head because as a woman, you know, I wouldn't even get
I,
close to you
I,
thinking about
I, no, no, no,
thinking
no,
about
but Sal, let's be frank. Suma jigéen yi laa dee farle de waaye jigéen yaa fi daxa fake. Am na jigéen yoo xam ne they are very good at faking tamit because mun naa nekk yàkkamti yoo xam ne kii fi mu nekk sax yi fa mu ngi ma safari lu mu bugg rek naa ko jox ba génn fi ñu jox la phone boobu nga foog ne yaa mata géej gi nga éega téléphone leen mu dem voicemail straight nag the number you call in you cannot get it so suñ gaal si daal maa yéen la de waaye am na jigéen yoo xam ne they are very good at faking niñ mun a naxaate di nga nekk foofu noonu di jot seen
no,
xool
that's
yi
not
waxuñ dara ñu nekk foofu rek.
some are very annoying. Then let they force a bit, they take no
Exactly.
for
So yow lay bëgg rek mooy ne yan naa fi génnaa jàmm rek su la ne phone nga ne ko waaw su la ne
some are very
kaay ma
annoying.
akolaat
Like
ma nga ne ko waaw yow na nga egga sa kër rek waaw.
you have to respect no means no. So
Yeah.
like chicken I wanna take it easy, just oblige. But say
Exactly.
force lochi
Exactly. Exactly. So Leggy, what we're gonna do? We got 4 minutes more to go. So let's read out the from your end. Read out the two top ones. Your hamne. Um, choose Ngalensi answers. Then I'll take two from me. Then we narrow it down to two winners. Then we'll announce the winners. Then ask them to give us a call, and we'll tell them what prizes they win. And just to let you know, first winner be dina win $20 boo xam ne su buggee ñu ñëwee ko cash app wala su buggee su fekkee America la fii nii su fekkee am na anything lu mun nañ koo def in a form of a gift card ñu yónnee ko second winner bi dina am $15 so these are the
Okay.
prizes we have for today.
Right, Kodega. So we having a question of the day. We did ask some questions to people. What does love means to you? So we had different answers. So some of the answers that we had, and I think the best two. Um, Let me write. Those who are just joining us, let me just read through this. And okay, this is number one. Ha ha ha. To me, love is godly, and above all, it is natural instinct in you that you don't like, that you don't know until it start kicking off internally. Basically, love is something genetically programmed in you. So, next one, love is more of a feeling that a person for another person. A person feels for another person. People often confuse love and lust. That paragraph, I mean, that wasn't necessary, but love means to be deeply committed and connected to somebody or something. The basic meaning of love is to feel more. So I think I have a lot of meaning of that and some contradiction on that.
Okay.
That's the same one again.
So reading those two, let me take the two that I have from my side, then we'll narrow it down to two winners.
Yeah, it's difficult. Go through yours, and I'll think about
Okay.
mine.
The first two I'll take from the six that I have. The first one is from Iafatu in Maryland, who says, "Love is simply letting go when hurt and saying sorry when you have to, and making sure you don't repeat what you already apologized for." Bobby is number one on my end. Then the other one is from Aji, North Carolina, who says, "Love doesn't exist these days." Oh no, no, sorry, my apologies. The other one is it says okay, Omar from Raleigh, North Carolina. Love is selflessness and compassion. So Nyari with the two you have. On my end, I will take the one from Yafatu in Maryland. Then you can choose among the ones that you have. Then we we'll get those two winners and make sure that they get their gifts.
Right. I actually, in fact, I was just about to choose one. It makes it. Aja has made it easy for me. Aja on the comment, she
Uh-huh.
has chosen one of the ones that I thought it's more appealing. This one. And I've got someone to
Definitely,
have.
love is an unbreakable bond that joins emotions and imaginary belonging in each other's heart. That's
Yeah.
when one stops loving. It feels like a chopped heart.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. So I think this one is for the
Do you have that
that's
listener's
Modu.
information, their number and name?
I do. He's called Modu, and I have
Okay.
the information.
Okay,
So,
wahal modu ne mu bàyyi la
guys,
information am
what
nañ
do
ko
you think
send.
about this? Those
Di-
watching, do you
yeah.
find this answer acceptable as a definition of love?
I mean, it doesn't mean that it's the best, but that is what we narrow it down to. Because
Yeah.
Kuneka, this is what we got. So Modu, we're going to give you your $20 through Cash App. You're gonna get $20. So if you are in America, so neke in England, then we'll send it to you with the euro or pounds, any currency.
Okay.
Then Yafatu in Maryland, you'll get your $15, inshallah, as soon as this show is done. So it's
Yeah.
been real a pleasure
We
having
have.
this first episode of Lovers Night Plus and being Neola, like, just to put our foot in the water. Next episode is gonna be how do we spice up relationships and marriages? What are the things that you have to continue to do to make it a successful relationship or successful marriage? Bobo nekk the next topic boo xam ne fii lañ ko amee VOD voice out digital ak Muyayam radio and TV bàyyi ko Raleigh North Carolina. ñu ngi leen a gërëm si waxtaan bi ku leen doon indil waxtaan bi seen xarit seen doom Modou Thomas ànd ak suma gan suma sista Sal Ndiaye nekk ba Angleterre. ñu ngi leen a wax jërëjëf jëf yéen mi doon déglu ñu doon call ak ñoo xam ne seen contribution xëy na unfortunately we couldn't read it. ñu ngi apologize bi beneen yoon jërëjëf jëf waay.
Okay. Bye, guys. Jërëjëf.